You already know what it is. You already know what I do and who I do it with.
What is up, good people? I am back. It is November 1st, 2018. Welcome back to Easy Speaks. It's good to kind of sort of see y'all again. It's been a little minute, but you know, I got something on my heart. Got something I want to talk about. So this is what I do. So I just want to jump right in because I feel like I might rap for a little bit. So I had a really random but kind of cool thought maybe about a week ago. And it was centered around the movie Holes. If you haven't seen the movie, it's basically about a group of kids that are in this like juvenile detention program. But instead of it being like jail or like probation or juvie or whatever, they're at this camp digging holes in this lake that doesn't have any water. You know, they all have to dig a hole each and every day. 5 feet deep, 5 feet in diameter. In the middle of Texas somewhere. It's hot, there's no clouds. It's like, it's torture. It's like slavery. But, you know, this is their punishment for getting caught up doing whatever it is that they were doing. The movie, you know, is centered around two guys. They all go by like nicknames or whatever, but one of them's name is actually Stanley, but he goes by Caveman. The other dude is Zero. Those are kind of like central figures in the movie. And, you know, the mantra that is kind of circulated on the camp or that they live by is that, you know, we building holes or we digging holes to build character, right? Like we all doing this for a reason. We try to get better as people. We try to rehabilitate from digging these holes. Okay. But, you know, when you face adversity, you grow together, you build and you bond, right? So Caveman and Zero, you know, they really bonded over digging these holes. Zero couldn't read, you know, Caveman was teaching him how to read. Zero was helping Caveman dig his holes, right? And so it was just kind of like a bonding thing was happening. But you know, it got to a point where they were fed up. They were fed up, like, you know, the rest of the people in the camp wasn't really feeling them. They were sick and tired of digging holes. Like, they were like, yo, what am I doing this for? And, you know, this camp is in the middle of nowhere. But they reference a few times in the movie, you know, off in the distance, who knows how far away. I think, you know, people have tried to get there to escape from the camp and have like died trying to get there. But off in the distance, there's this mountain, right? And it just so happens to look like a, well, my thumbs is funny. Don't judge me. Don't make fun of me. But, you know, it looks like a thumb, right? They call it God's thumb. Okay. So, you know, eventually Caveman and Zero, they were fed up. And so they was like, two-piece, I'm out of here. So they dipped, started running to the mountain, okay? Didn't know if they was gonna make it, didn't know if they was gonna die, didn't know if they was gonna run out of water, you know, any of that, right? But they were able to kind of struggle, pull it together, and make it up the mountain, right? What did they find when they got to the top of the mountain? They found endless water, they found vegetation, they found them sweet onions, okay? So they had stuff to eat. I'm gonna get to them onions because them onions were special. So after they get to God's thumb and they find the water, find the onions, all of that stuff, they go back to the camp. They go back to the camp. It's a lot easier to go back to the camp after you know what you've been through and you know what you reached and you reached the pinnacle. You found God, right? You found God's thumb. It's easier to go back and like, you know, spread the love, give it to other people, X, Y, Z. They ended up figuring out, you know, ultimately in the movie, like everybody's digging holes because, you know, the people that's running the camp are trying to find the treasure and they ended up finding the treasure and making it big. So they was rich off of this. So, but the point is, you know, they found God's thumb and that was what unlocked everything that they were able to accomplish later. So they went back, they kept digging, they knew where to dig at this point, found the treasure, okay, because they found it, they then owned it and prospered from that, you know, took advantage of their circumstances and did what they had to do. Now let's draw the connections, right? So if we're talking about life, you know, each and every one of us, we have holes that, you know, we may have dug for ourselves, may have fell into, or are in the process of digging themselves out of. You're in any of that, right? Like we have holes. And, you know, it's building character. It's building character. We're learning about why we fell in the hole, how we're gonna get out the hole, X, Y, Z. And ultimately, you know, once we get out the hole, when we're tired of doing the stupid things that got us into the hole, or we're tired of our circumstances, you know, what do we do? What should we do? We should run to God, right? Run to God. He's waiting for us. He's waiting for us, right? They were on that camp digging holes, right? The mountain was standing there just looking them in the face. God is standing there looking at you like, yo, where you at though? Like I'm right here, where you at? Like, what you waiting for? And then a lot like in the movie, you know, when you get sick and tired of your circumstances and you run to God, that could be the thing that unlocks the potential that you have in the future, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. You're all in different points in our path, but it's key. It's good to remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of that, just to try to stay on the path. I was at church a few weeks ago, and my pastor painted a picture that was crystal clear for me, and I'm sure just about everybody else. But he was saying like if God is here, and you know he has a blessing for you, and you over here, you don't know necessarily because you can't see it, you know, but we have faith and we try to press forward, right? But you know, if he's trying to bless us over here, throw some angels our way, and we're too busy trying to like deviate or, you know, do things our own way, lose faith, you know what I'm saying? The blessing that he's trying to throw our way or, you know, move towards us is taking even longer to get there because we're not staying on the path. Like, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So once we deviate, it takes a little bit longer for that blessing to reach us. And then when that happens, you know, it's a little bit easier to lose faith and fall back. And then it takes even longer. So like, that's what I'm saying is key to just remind yourself, like, yo, he's standing right here. He's standing right here. You don't know what he has for you, or you might, you know, but you have to stay on the path to get there. You have to stay on the path to get there. And when you deviate and do whatever you want to do over here and over there, and then you get sick of your circumstances, just like they did in the movie, you know, then you get back right, like Lecrae said, and follow to the kingdom. You feel me? And you know, you reach your purpose, right? You know, in the movie, they were digging holes. They didn't realize what the purpose was at that point. You know, ultimately, they ended up finding the treasure. You know, they found God and found the treasure. Who would have thought? So you never know what he has waiting for you. You never know. But yeah, in case you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie. You know, aside from the little bit of a connection I drew, I think it's a good movie. And I could be late to the party. Everybody could have knew this by now. And I just had no idea. It didn't make no sense to me until I was sitting in the car last week and it just hit. It's like, yo, that makes so much sense. So I had to talk about it. Lastly, you know, everything that I talk about is rooted in some way, you know, in my faith or in Christian hip hop. So one thing I do want to do, you know, as the year comes to a close, is to come up with a playlist, right? I don't know how I'm gonna release it. I don't know what songs I'm gonna be on it, but just a playlist of songs people just kind of ride out to, listen to a little bit of what I listen to. I mean, it's good stuff, and just something that just kind of, that's all consolidated right there. You can just plug and play or whatever. So that's something that I do want to do, and I want to put that out. So if you're interested in what I might have to offer, let me know. I'm happy to share, obviously. A little bit fewer and far between these days, but you already know where to find me. Hashtag Easy Speaks, you already know what it is. Hashtag CHH in the DMV too, you'll find me there. But yeah, until next time, I'ma holler at y'all.
You don't let me, you just go through the motions. You don't let me, you just go through the motions. You don't let me, you just go through the motions. You don't let me, you just go through the motions. I know.